afternoon. So I came into this hall, they gave me a chance to speak. And I'm going to teach you guys a secret. You go someplace to speak, or they put you in line to speak, and you don't have what to say, just keep listening to what everybody else is saying. And then when you get on stage, just repeat what they've been saying, and they'll think you're the wisest guy around. So I've just been listening to what everybody else has been saying. Sorry, I'm not going to call everybody, but Dr. Ebola, who spoke earlier, talked about wanting to spend time with her family, but she didn't have that. Cecilia Mbongo, by the way, she bragged about her dancing. How about my dancing, guys? So she talked about doing so many businesses, and I watched all of those businesses that she had been doing. It really made my head spin. Pauline Akol talked about starting from the bottom, working in a hotel, and working her way to the top. And even the top in that hotel was not enough. She joined WFG, and she's heading towards the top. How about Dr. Echi? She said a lot of very smart things. She said, what is the best way to learn anything? To do it by immersion. Get yourself involved in it. But what I really want to learn from her is the way she said it. She said, what is the best way to learn about anything? I know I cannot get an exact copy of that, but I love the way she put it. Never be reluctant to help somebody, even if you make them uncomfortable, when it is for their own good. Our last speaker talked about, or one of the speakers talked about, designing your life so that you do not get to react to what is happening. Designing your life. And that is why you are here. Because life is by design, not by chance. And it is by design. Sometimes punctuated by sprinkles of good fortune, but never by chance. I don't know if this is the remote here. I'm going to quickly go through these skills, this screen. That's me, Valentine Ghana. I happen to be a lawyer. I've been in this country for about 35 years. So just like one of the speakers said, I've heard all the education you have. See, I have a Bachelor of Science in Economics and Accounting. I have an MCSC. I have a I'm PMP certified. I also have a Juris Doctorate in Law. That's my lovely family, my wife and 4 kids, and that's my wife. Again, when we talk about certification, that was one of my. I worked in the bank for about 4 years after I got out of college. I got into IT. I became a network and a systems engineer. That's my certificate of excellence. Then it was being signed by Bill Gates himself. That's my Microsoft certification. I worked in the telecommunications industry for about 18 years, becoming a manager there and also a certified project manager, which means with 18 years of experience, I can basically go out there and make over 200K of income a year. That's me graduating from law school, 2018. So before I joined WFG, or before this opportunity came to me, I was already set. I was driving my dream car. I call it the Beast. I was living, and I'm still living in $1 million home. So it's not because I was trying to buy a house or trying to drive my dream car. I was already living La Vita. Oh God! Again, I'm going to pause on that screen a little bit and break something down. A lot of speakers here have spoken, but I want to key in on one thing: growth in life. Long-term growth is all about compounding. That's why they say you do not have to reinvent the wheel. If you're growing by compounding, then you're really growing long-term for the future. And that is what the great countries in the world know how to employ that principle of compounding. So if you are here as a guest, if you're working in IT, I've done that. If you're working as a lawyer, I've done that. If you're working as an accountant, even as a CPA, I've done that. But is your life really compounding? And that's why WFG the answer. They say, if you know, you know. If you don't know, if you know, you know. But if you don't know, you don't know. There you go. But Flavor says, if you know, you know. But if you don't know, now you know. Now let me talk about compounding in 3 different sectors. First of all, if you don't have a policy, you need to buy a policy. Because the money you put in there compounds every year. If you go put your money in the stock market and it crashes, you lose everything. 2001, people think they were ahead, they had the dot-com crash. 2008, for those who have been long enough, we had the market correction crash, the real estate crash. People lost about 80% of their portfolios in the variable sector. Variable is not the answer. WFG gives you tools that are truly the answer. The IUL is truly the answer. 2017, Donald Trump's trade wars did not start now. It started in 2017. The market crashed. People lost about 40% of their portfolio. You need to learn these facts. You need to know them so that you can have policies that have the downward market protection where you never lose a dime, but there's an upward growth of 15%, sometimes up to 25% in your account. What a great way to prepare for retirement and for cross-generational growth. Talking about compounding when it comes to businesses. If you are here and you are being asked to sign up, your job is not going to compound your growth. When you get into WFG, you get like everybody on the ground floor with that code. You recruit a few people. You educate people about this. Within 5 years, you build a team. Within a few short years, you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you determine your growth, not some employer who does not care about you, but just cares about who is sitting in that desk. Number 3, I'm going to end at number 3. Cross-generational compounding. If you build these instruments, guess what? You get to pass them over to your family tax-free. You get to pass them over to your family probate-free. You get to also set up policies for your kids, as the wife of the CPA here has already set them up for their kids. So that when you pass them over to the next generation, and then when you are no longer there, which wealth passes to them tax-free, they superfund these policies tax-free, which builds compounding to the next generation. That's why you walk around, you see people buy Aldi, they buy McDonald's franchises. You get out of college with your American friends, Caucasian friends, and they are putting 100,000, 200K to buy good homes. And you're asking, where are they getting all of that money from? It's the result of cross-generational compounding. So I just want to emphasize that the knowledge we've come in here to learn is very critical. One other example I'm going to give is the example of Bill Gates. Bill Gates went to Harvard. He quit his first year. We're staying in home, playing with computers. He ended up inventing DOS. DOS stands for Disk Operating System. Now when he quit, a lot of you guys are African parents. Just imagine your son goes to Harvard, quits, and comes to the house that he wants to build computer software. You'll get on in your yard, cut the biggest branch of the tree, and whip down his boy for him to go back to school. Did you get his parents do that? No. Because there was money in the family. So they could let him play with DOS. IBM was transitioning from making mainframe computers to personal computers. So what did Bill Gates do? He submitted DOS as a bid to IBM. IBM ended up licensing it. IBM wanted to buy it outright from him, but there was money in the family. He was not in a hurry to sell it. He licensed it to IBM. Guess what? IBM thought that for the life and the life of computers, they were going to be able to sell 100,000 computers. Imagine that, in the late 70s, IBM thinking that for the life and for the life of computers, they were going to be able to sell 100,000 computers. Bill Gates could have sold those for 50K. Guess what? He licensed it. Says for every computer you guys sell, maybe I'll make just $1. In a few such, in a short few years, IBM was selling hundreds and hundreds of thousands of computers. Bill Gates became an instant billionaire, and now he's just doing charity. How about bringing that same principle of compounding to our own families by establishing instruments that build wealth? Hello? If you know,
you know.
But if you don't know,
now you know.
Conversado TV